Hello dear viewers and welcome to T-World. Kindly hit the subscribe button and we will be on our way. In today's news, Alex Holder, who had brought admittance to Trump and his family, says he thought January 6th would be a logical flashpoint. At the point when the House Select Board researching the January 6th Capitol assault removed British producer Alex Holder, it heard from a direct reality witness who coincidentally noticed probably the haziest and most politically loaded long periods of Donald Trump's time in office. The New Observer, who arose late in the legislative examination concerning the Capitol assault, had brought individual admittance to Donald Trump and his family as the organization collapsed in the post-2020 political race period after the previous president lost to Joe Biden. Holder was there for everything. 3 plunk-down interviews with Trump, including one at the White House, various different meetings with Trump's grown-up youngsters, confidential discussions among top helpers and guides before the political decision, and around the actual Capitol as it got raged. The second movie producer to help out the board. The first, Nick Quested, was implanted with the extreme right Proud Boys bunch, basically had an unparalleled view to look into the brain of the previous president at the basic points in his endeavors to hold the administration. The admittance to Trump, and paying attention to him and his inward circle, drove him to think that the previous president's endeavors to upset the 2020 political decision would some way or another finish in some occasion at the Capitol on the 6th of January. Holder said in a meeting with The Guardian, "I wasn't 100% sure. However, it was somewhat of an inclination. So we arranged for that thing to occur," Holder said. The explanation: "We thought January 6th was on the grounds that, to Trump, the final desperate attempt was to stop the interaction of Biden's affirmation, that stylized cycle that happens in Congress on January 6th. He felt, was the last time where he could, to him, stop the political decision going to some unacceptable individual, so to speak. The manner of speaking that was coming out was that the political race was manipulated. We want a battle," Holder affirmed for around 4 hours in secret last week about his about 100 hours of film, utilized for an impending narrative named Unprecedented, and went over to House examiners the parts requested in a summon convincing his collaboration. The Select Council was extensively inspired by his memories of the development to the Capitol assault, as well as his collaborations with Trump and his family, Holder said. However, he declined to talk about unambiguous lines of request or addressing. The Guardian recently revealed, in any case, that the board focused in on calls among Trump's grown-up kids, including Don Jr. and Eric, that Holder caught on camera at a mission occasion on the 29th of September 2020 at the Trump Worldwide Inn that he gatecrashed. The Select Board is firmly centered around the recording of the occasion, notwithstanding the substance of the one-on-one meetings with Trump and Ivanka, on the grounds that the conversations about systems reflect comparative discussions around them by top Trump counsels. What seems to intrigue the board is whether Trump and his kids had wanted to some way or another stop the certificate of the political race on January 6th, an expected infringement of government regulation, and to drive a contingent political decision in the event that Trump lost as soon as September. The occasion upon the arrival of the principal official discussion at the Trump Inn that Holder obtained entrance through Eric Trump was spontaneous and reflected, as per Holder, his way to deal with recording all that he would be able, in the event that it ended up being considerable later. Holder said he went into the coordinated meetings with Trump and his youngsters with an intentionally respectful methodology and genuine inquiries to guarantee the trades didn't put on a show of being fierce, including about whether Trump lost the 2020 political decision. "In the event that I begin pushing a person who I know won't change his situation, and afterward he tosses you out of the room, then at that point, it's everywhere," Holder said. "I don't have to contend and discuss him since we contextualize his situation with writer interviews. And furthermore, this English person from North London won't adjust Donald Trump's perspective on the political race. Then we would have quite recently squandered our whole hour together while I attempt to convince him I'm correct and he's off base." Holder added, the Select Board has likewise been keen on Ivanka Trump's meetings with Holder, as per a source acquainted with the matter, since in spite of the fact that she vouched for the board that she acknowledged that Trump lost the political race. At that point, she told Holder the inverse. Holder said he didn't know whether that added up to Ivanka Trump moving her conviction about the result of the 2020 political race between her 3 meetings with him. However, said he was astounded that she would successfully vouch for the Select Board of Trustees that her dad was off base. That was amazing, in light of the fact that the 3 children, basically with me, would continuously repeat their dad's positions and backing them, he said. The narrative extensively presents a picture of Trump and his family that follows them through the turbulent 2020 official mission, when the youngsters went about as mission substitutes, the last a very long time of the organization. And afterward, months after the Capitol assault, Holder said he talked with Don Jr., Eric, Ivanka, and her significant other, Jared Kushner, before the 2020 political race, and afterward went to the White House over the main end of the week in December 2020 to talk with the previous president as well as Ivanka briefly time. He said he did a second meeting with Trump at Mar-a-Lago in Florida a couple of months after the Capitol assault, and afterward for a third meeting with Trump at his Bedminster Golf Club a couple of months after that. He additionally consulted Ivanka and Eric again after the occasions of January 6th. The narrative additionally includes crude film of the Capitol assault recorded by Holder's overseer of photography, Michael Cromit, who shot at the passage of the debut stage on the west side of the Capitol as the favorable to Trump crowd fruitlessly attempted to break that entryway. Holder said he furthermore did a coordinated meeting with then VP Mike Pence, including a scene where Pence momentarily surveys an email about the 25th Amendment, which concerns the expulsion of a U.S. president, which was secretly examined among senior White House authorities following the Capitol assault. We have a little blessing to inquire. Millions are going to The Guardian for open, autonomous, quality news consistently. And perusers in 180 nations all over the planet currently support us monetarily. We accept everybody merits admittance to data that is grounded in science and truth. An examination established in power and honesty. That is the reason we settled on an alternate decision, to keep our revealing open for all perusers, paying little mind to where they live or what they can bear to pay. This implies more individuals can be better educated, joined together, and enlivened to make a significant move in these dangerous times. A reality looking for worldwide news association like The Guardian is fundamental. We have no investors or very rich person proprietor, meaning our reporting is liberated from business and political impact. This makes us unique, at the point when it's never been more significant. Our freedom permits us to valiantly research, challenge, and uncover people with great influence.
If you made it to the end of the video, kindly hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. It helps the channel.